Hi, I'm Chris from TCV Skelton Grange and I'm going to read a story for you. It's called Winter King, Summer Queen and it's written by Mary Lister, illustrated by Diana Mayo. And it goes like this. In the beginning, long, long ago, the sky was split into two kingdoms. One kingdom was warm and sunny. The other one was cold and dark. The warm kingdom was called the land of the flaming sun, and the cold kingdom was called the land of icy darkness. In the land of the flaming sun lived Queen Goldenlight. Her eyes were like blazing stars. She wore the moon in her crown. Her smile was like a sunbeam. Her hair was like flaming fire, and her cloak was made of galaxies of 1,000,000 tiny, glimmering, shimmering stars. Her palace was made of bright white light. Queen Goldenlight had lots of friends. Serena Sky, Mrs. Springtime, Stephen Star, Callum Cloud, Master Moonbeam, and Sunshine Sally. Far away, across the sky, King Icicle ruled in the land of icy darkness. No one messed around with King Icicle. He was a fierce frost giant. His heart was made of snow and frost. His eyes were like ice splinters. On his feet were spiky icicle boots. He wore trousers made of glaciers and a huge snow-blown cloak. King Icicle's companions were quite different to Queen Goldenlight's. They were Mr. Thunderbolt, Miss Twister, Harry Hurricane, Danny Drizzle, Maya Monsoon, and Philippa Freeze. Queen Goldenlight and her friends liked to warm the earth, sending light and heat to all the men, women and children. They played games and sang songs all the time. While they played, the birds sang, the bees buzzed, and the butterflies danced. But King Icicle and his companions were gloomy and cold. No one said hello. They just said brrr. They didn't sing songs or play games. They just played ice music. But that made the land even colder. King Icicle's favourite sport was to send storms down to the earth. Winds blew, woo, woo. Lightning crackled, flash. Thunder boomed, crash. Snow fell, shiver. The people on earth got so cold that they all turned into snowmen and snow women and snow babies. The birds stopped singing, the animals shivered, and the fish froze in the ponds and rivers. Everyone was very unhappy. When Queen Goldenlight looked down at the earth and saw how cold everyone was, she said, "We must do something." To help the fish, she sent a magic fish. To help the birds, she sent a magic bird. To help the animals, she sent a magic hare. And she gave each of them a ray of endless sunshine to help them in their task. The bird flew around the earth, the hare bounded across the frozen land, and the fish swam bravely through the icy rivers. And in and out of the water, air and earth, they wove rays of endless sunshine, making a beautiful stripy rainbow. When King Icicle saw the rainbow, he was furious. He sent storms to blow it down. Winds blew, woo, lightning crackled, and thunder boomed. Snow fell, but nothing happened. Then Queen Goldenlight asked her friends to sing a song to make the rainbow grow. So everyone started to hum. And as they hummed, the rainbow grew and grew until it became a huge bridge between the land of the flaming sun and the land of icy darkness, right over the earth. It was beautiful. You can see. When people in the land of sun and people in the land of ice saw the rainbow, they all wanted to run up it. Even King Icicle's heart started to melt when he saw the rainbow. He wanted to climb it. So he ran up in his pointy icicle boots. As he ran, the boots started to melt. Squelch, squelch, squelch. And King Icicle actually laughed. At first, it came out as an icy cackle. Then it crackled and began to melt until it had become a really jolly, happy chuckle. At the top of the rainbow, King Icicle met Queen Goldenlight. "May I have the honour of a dance?" he asked, bowing low. "I shall dance with you if you can answer this riddle," the Queen replied. "Red, orange, yellow, blue, indigo, violet, green. The king can dance over it, and so can the queen. Storms cannot destroy it, although their power is great. Answer me this riddle before I count to 8. What do you think the answer to that riddle could be? Red, orange, yellow, blue, indigo, violet, green. The king can dance over it, and so can the queen. What could it be? Of course, King Icicle answered the riddle. He and Queen Goldenlight danced and danced, and everyone danced with them. Down on earth, the snow melted away on all of the people, and they danced too. Afterwards, the king and the queen came to an agreement. From then on, all of the weather could share the earth. The king became winter, and he was to look after the earth for 6 months of the year. The queen became summer, and she was to look after it for the other 6 months. They were to share everything, so that we have a mixture of cold and warmth, sunshine and rain, light and darkness. And now we do. But sometimes, just very occasionally, King Icicle forgets himself and sends out too many of his cold spirits. And that's why we get storms and hurricanes. And that's the end of the story. So I hope you liked it. And which one do you prefer? The king's winter or the queen's summer? Which is your favourite season?